Um. Okay. Well, that was a very intriguing preview for that. My question is though, the way they are titling that episode, "Mary from Spiketown," really makes you kind of feel like this episode is only going to be the introduction. Something's going to happen in this episode, I feel, that will ultimately affect the battle that Ash and Marnie are going to have in this episode. Something's going to happen. I really don't think that we're going to see a true 1v1 fight in the Ultra class like this, bro. When the other battles have been super consistent with like the 3v3s, having this one be a 1v1, especially with a character from Galar like Marnie here, I feel like there has to be something that they're going to, put down for the future. Um, but my issue now comes at the fact that, well, we need to keep the story moving. If by some chance Gen 9 gets announced during Pokemon Day, I think next week or so, um, we are going to have issues because of the fact that, well, if Gen 9 comes out this year, that means we only have a year left of Journeys. So we need to really start pushing in the plot lines of the PWC. And if they hold it back again to continue more development on Gengar and whatnot, and even Mr. Fish, who still needs more development, we're going to be here for a while. We still also have to work on the Koharu's development and also Go's Project Mew and whatever else we got to set up too, like with Leon's character as well, to set him up to show off why he is a proper champion that people should be rooting for. Yeah, Project 2, you are correct. Ah, man, but like I'm a little concerned because it feels like they're trying to cram in too much for 1 year. Um, if this is the case, Kerr, I don't think this is gonna be 4 years, bro. We are already in less than 100 people of Ash's opponent's side of things. He's literally in like the top 50, I think, at this point or something. He needs to uh he can't have this plot go on for another additional year. We're really, really close by to it at this point. But the thing is, I don't even know how close Go is. My issue with Go's Project Mew thing, now thinking about it, is just I don't know where he is currently. Like, at least with like the PWC, despite how flawed the battle system rankings and all, at least you can kind of get an idea as to like the progression Ash is, because he started off from like 99999 and now he's already here in the top 100. But with like Go's mission, because we don't have a proper cap count to where Go needs to reach to get to become a member for Project Mew, it kind of feels like this, where you can't really tell how far or how behind Go is in the project. But yeah, so it's just my take. But whatever. Going back to this episode though, to what we just watched right now, I honestly gotta say, not bad. Not bad at all. I think it was pretty nice. Nothing groundbreaking or insane or whatnot, but I really did have a solid time with this episode. So, yeah, not much more can be said other than that. And if I had anything else I should add to the mix as well, I mean, yeah, that was a nice episode. I'm sorry. I don't know what more to say. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I just don't know if there's much more I can add to it other than it just simply being another episode for the series to show off. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can say on it. I really wish I knew what more I can add to this episode, but honestly, I still find it cutesy. I still find it nice and enjoyable and interactable and whatnot. But like as a whole, when you really think about it, I don't know what more I can really add other than yeah, it exists. It was good. It was I. But yeah, that's my take overall. So yeah, not much else can be said other than that. So what else can I say? Um, yeah, not much more can be said other than that, really. So I'm gonna go now to the stage. We're going to go and hop on through, and we will see where things go from there. So I will unmute myself. There we go. And let's begin chit-chatting away the night. for this recent episode of P19. How are you doing, buddy?
I am good. I am good.
All right. So like I mentioned, I am in that mindset right now where I legitimately have no idea what to say.
hmm
Not that it's a bad thing per se. I just think for an episode like this, it's just pretty basic. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing extreme, nothing
Yeah.
out of this world. But
But
I
you're not
still
mad at it.
enjoyed it for what it is. It's good. It's
Yeah, I
decent.
agree.
Okay, maybe not good. It's it. You just
I yeah,
just
yeah, I agree with that too. Cause like honestly, the trainers were really making me mad. I really like
Yeah,
their
I think
designs, but
the
like,
trailer, like I understand they developed at the end, but like from the beginning
like
to the end point, that shit felt rushed though. Like you
it
didn't
really
like it didn't
did.
feel genuine. That's my issue.
I know, I agree completely. Like I think the saving grace I think was Ash and Go's performance. That was very cute. And also, if you notice too, Ash's outfit, his boots were like Pikachu boots, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Little things. But
Oh
for
right,
me,
before I
I
forget,
agree
Emmy,
though.
and I allow you to
Yes.
continue. Mimey wasn't in this episode, so y'all didn't get your gift subs today. So
Yes.
unfortunately, that happened. I'm sorry, everybody.
So
uh,
therefore, everyone who voted no, we won
y-
because so many people. If you look at the points,
uh,
there was someone who like don't I don't donated or like predicted with like 1,000 like four or like 147,000 points.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah, 257,000 or yeah points for no. So everyone's getting those points. Whoever voted no. Oh my god.
Wait a
Oh, that's
minute, hold
amazing.
on a second. Let me set this up properly. So the outcome is obviously no. It didn't show up in this week's episode. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
But congratulations to those who won. So yay! All right then.
Yay.
Let us begin our discussion. I apologize, Emmy. You may continue.
Oh no, that's fine. You're good. You're good. For me, like I agree with you for the most part too. Like it was like nothing groundbreaking. Like it was wholesome, but we've had more wholesome episodes before. So it's okay. It's not a bad episode, and nothing that made me mad either. The Eevees were cute. I think that's actually the saving grace is like their partners. Is that they were working so hard just to please them, but at the same time, I'm just like, bruh. But yeah. Um, pretty good episode. So that's all I gotta really say. Don't really have much.
No, listen, I don't blame you. Like I said, I'm really trying to think off the top of my head, but I don't like the jerks in this episode. They have nice character designs. I understand what they were trying to go for. I really do, but these kind of story elements are a little harder to kind of tackle if not done
Yeah.
properly in one episode. You know what I mean? I also feel the same way with the chick with the Glaceon. If you remember that episode with the whole
Yes.
bully situation, like I don't believe that somebody would just undergo such a drastic change like that
Oops,
in
sorry.
an
Yeah.
episode. But it's the themes that they had for it were still really solid. It's just more so the way they portrayed it with the time flow of the episode. I think was the weakest aspect of it, and that kind of applies here a little bit too. But I still
Yeah.
love the evolutions. The evolutions of Flareon and Jolteon, though, they were MVPs throughout this episode. I appreciate those two. If I had to
Yeah.
give compliments to somebody, it's the evolutions.
Yeah, definitely. They did their job, and they were pretty good, and they worked together as a team. That was so nice. They did better than their trainers, so I'm proud of them. I think also like I think one big complaint I think I have for the episode is Kaharu, because like it was supposed to be about her and her Eevee, right? But like literally all she really did was hold her Eevee up during that performance. Like, I wish she did more instead of just stand there and hold Evie up. This looks so funny from the side, though. But I kind of wish she did more in the performance. But like, I think like overall her character was good in a way too, just because she's the one who noticed off the bat, like, hey, just because your Pokemon evolved does not mean like into something that you didn't want. You still have to be by their side. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they're still your partners, and you love them, right?
Hmm.
Right? So like,
Supposedly,
I guess
yeah.
yeah, so it's like I guess that was a little development for her, but I think my complaint is just the performance. I feel like she could have done more because I wasn't expecting her to just stand there. But yeah, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's all I can say on this part. And Yeah, now I got much more to say other than that, really.
Yeah, maybe our Discord people will have more things to say. So I
Yeah,
will, I guess,
I will
pass it to them.
gladly leave. Actually, you know what I might do? Just to
Well,
spice things up a wee bit.
mhm.
Actually, let me see if I could. Oops, I hear a phone call. No, I was gonna say, let me see if I could. Actually, nah, never mind. I ain't gonna do it. I think it's gonna be weird. Okay, never mind. Abort
Okay.
mission.
Abort mission.
Abort
Abort.
the mission that I never even set up to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so I'm going to go and allow you, buddy, to take over for this one and
Yes. All right.
interact away with the community and
All right.
everybody else. Still, I hope you guys get a chance to share your opinions for a brief bit, and we will then move on to the next thing if we have enough time, of course. So we shall save it for then, of course. So yeah, everybody ready then?
Yes.
All right,
Here we
then.
go.
I shall go and mute myself away, and I'll gladly hear what y'all have to say. So, say it away, everybody.
All right. If Ebo
Yes.
wants to go first, since you're the first one I
Well,
see, so go ahead.
all right. I think this episode's good to like an extent. Like I probably gave it the same score you gave it, 6-7, because it's a Colorado
Yeah.
episode, so it's always like at the worst it's mediocre, and it was mediocre. But I'm relieved compared to last week. But I do think it should happen sooner because as you recall, we got Flareon and Jolteon. I feel like this would have been more fitting had it been between Vaporeon and Umbreon and Espeon. Just because like it would have felt like natural EV progression since outside this it's kind of in order. So I don't know, that's just me. And
Hmm.
also like it took us 39 episodes to see Grookey use a move. Almost 40, like 39. Let that sink in, everybody. It took us that long.
Right. I know.
Um it took us 39. I don't even have anything to say to that besides wow. Positively. And then my only thought I have for this episode is why are Ash, Go, and Kaharu here? Like they don't elaborate why they're in the circus. Like they're just here and
Because they saw
suddenly
a
they're
poster.
performing in this circus. I'm sorry?
They saw the poster and they're like, "All right, let's go." That's pretty much it.
Yeah, but like yeah, we got the poster, but why are you in the circus? You don't need to be in the circus. You don't elaborate why you're in the circus. Like they're just like included randomly. It's like I'm sorry, what? Like you could have had like so many people there too. Like, and what they would have been in the circus then in that case? Because that's just really
Yeah.
weird. Like, I feel like they should have touched more on that concept of the storyline. I feel like this was forced. Like, I feel like if this were more realistic, they would have been in the crowd cheering for them, which is
Hmm.
kind of what I would have preferred. But on the other hand, I like that we got to see Sakuragi and the other assistants here because again, world building. And what I like the most just from this episode is that compared to how overwhelming these past returning characters have been, I'm so happy we have originals here. Like, yay, originals. Like, even last week it felt original because,
Hmm.
I mean, it's just been overwhelming. Like, this is your own series. Focus on being original or include Gen 8, which I'm happy they have. So, I don't hate this episode, but it should have happened sooner. At least, like, after Vaporeon, in my opinion. Other than that, just a very mediocre episode. Improvement overall. Now we await the long-awaited and dreaded Sylveon episode, which we all know what that means. Butchering Serena.
Nope, nope, we're not gonna talk about that.
Yes, yes.
No,
They're gonna butcher her,
let's
and you're gonna
not.
love it.
Oh
All
God.
right. Anyway,
Okay.
Hyprov. I want
Yeah,
to
hi,
give that
Prof.
to
You can go
you.
next.
They're gonna butcher Serena.
No, how about no?
I hope not
Go ahead,
too.
hi, Prof.
All right. I like this episode. So, yes, like you said, our heroes were invested in the circus because of a flyer, and mostly Chloe because of Jolteon and Flareon. Now, I have to say this right now.
Hmm.
Billy and Honoka, they're typist as fudge. They were
Yeah, they
really
really are.
unsure about how the freckles they were going to work with Jolteon and Flareon, their respective Pokemon. I I pretty much saw them as heartless jerks, but
Man, it's pretty much how the performance went. The show must go on, Billy said.
But did it?
But did it? That's the thing. It still did. Just there were a lot of problems. There was just a lot of problems they had. But it took Chloe and mostly Eevee to resolve those problems. Now, here's the thing. The performance happened. Yes, they found a way around it, but I feel that they could have done something else. You know how Eevee used Copycat?
Mm-hmm.
I felt that Jolteon and Flareon could have learned Copycat too, just to accommodate for their.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
I
true.
thought that too.
That's
But-
actually so
Great
true.
time.
But
I feel like that Loki would have defeated the purpose though, because the whole thing was like, oh, just because they evolved into something you didn't want doesn't mean you shouldn't love them. So like if they did learn like what their trainers wanted, then it would have been like a lesson not learned, I think. But like you're totally right. They could have done it. They literally could have done it.
Actually, when I think about it, I think I'm not 100% on this, but I think Jolteon and Flareon can learn their fire and electric type moves. Now, I'm going to double check that while you guys speak, but I do think they possibly can. Actually, yeah, there you go. Jolteon can learn Sunny Day. You can learn Sunny Day.
Okay.
And Flareon cannot learn an electric move. Okay, so just Jolteon, but I mean, there you go. It's one out of the two. I'm just saying, man.
well, two close enough, but it's not an attacking star type move. Anyways, but I felt that would have been last minute for them. How would they have learned it?
Yeah, that's another thing too. They
Off
just learned it off
Screenland.
of that. No.
Yes.
Okay.
Screenland. This Journeys is good for that. I mean, what?
Off Greenland, haha, off Greenland, blah blah blah. Okay, I was a little bit turned off at the beginning of the episode since Grookey and Pikachu were doing the thing.
Oh, why did you remind me of that? I was like, why did I need to see this, bro?
Oh
Why?
god.
Why would you start this episode like this? Like, why? No,
0 out of 10.
Why were they having butt sex?
Oh, speaking of Grookey, finally, it took that dang monkey 39 episodes to use a freaking move. Branch poke this and branch poke that. Whew,
39 episodes, everybody. Not even for a good move, but branch poke. Let that sink in.
Trash.
Branch
That's
poke.
because it hasn't belled. Jesus Christ.
You call it trash poke. Sorry. I mean,
This is why I said it should have happened sooner. Because had it happened sooner, we wouldn't have complained. Like 10 episodes to use a move, okay, we've seen that done a million times in the anime before. But 39!
But yeah, what's it called? Hyprov. What would you rate this episode? What if you had to give it a rating?
Okay. Before I continue, I will give my rating. It is, 7 out of 10 or 7.5.
Okay.
So now I hope Vermilion strippers are happy because Go is holding Chloe's hand. And now we're just getting to the home stretch with Chloe and Eevee. Because she's already met 7 evolutions. First they met Vaporeon, then Espeon and Umbreon, Glaceon, Leafeon, and then Flareon and Jolteon. That just leaves Sylveon! Too many Eons.
Yeah.
Serena.
Okay.
Now, there are 4 possible choices I thought of this morning after I watched the episode. Which Sylveon trainer will show up later down the road? There's Penelope. There's Penelope, who appeared early on in the X and Y anime. She's a one-off character from the kindergarten episode.
Oh god. They would do that.
Then there's Serena, whom Ebo just mentioned.
Yep.
Third is Valerie, one of the Lavera State gym leaders. She has a Sylveon herself. Surprisingly, it's not her ace. But
I don't think I can see that. I mean, I can see why you see that, but I kind of don't, just because she doesn't scream world champions. Like, I feel like that would be the only way you can bring her here, unless you did some sort of fashion show. But even then, I don't think that would happen.
Yeah,
Personally,
yeah, that's pretty much a small chance. And 4, they might just, debate us all and just have some new character with a Sylveon. That's how I see it.
I could see that. Like, I think
could
for a
see it
new
too.
trainer, it's more
Yeah.
likely because with every other character, they've all been new characters except for Erica, because she had Leafeon, which I think none of us knew she had a Leafeon. So
Mhm.
that is one idea. I think likely what they'll do is they'll either do a new character or they'll bring back Serena, because again, we haven't seen the Kalos cast in this series. I mean, that's going to be one way to do it because we're reaching to that point. I mean, why not build up one of the biggest evolutions to happen in Pokemon by bringing back not only a character, but like to top off all of Karu's development, it just leads up to that. Like,
Yeah.
that would be like the conclusion point. I think that would be smart, but I mean, again, I won't complain if we have a new character. I would much prefer it.
Option. And, of course, the fan will erupt. Because Serena.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm done. Your turn, Joker.
Yeah, go ahead, Joker.
I barely have anything to say. This episode was a 4 out of 10. At least it was an improvement from the tragedy last week. God, worst episode I've ever seen. Worst piece of Pokemon media. But this one was okay. This episode was okay. It was kind of bland a little bit. That's why it gets a 4 out of 10. At least it was somewhat wholesome. But definitely an improvement from last week, because y'all already know I hated that episode with a passion.
She's still mad, but it's okay.
I'm still mad.
That
It's
is
okay. I felt the same after the Butch and Cassidy episode. It took me a while. So, like, I was just like, nah, I can't. Nah, I'm still mad. So I understand your pain. So it's okay.
Yeah, that's really all I have to say. That's it.
I mean, okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna be letting the next group of people in. So hold on a second.
Yes.
Then this is our last group too. So yeah. All right. Okay. First person who entered, you can go. So Kuro, you're the first one. So go ahead.
So first and foremost, I liked the episode. It was very enjoyable. There are a few things that it kind of hinders the episode from actually giving it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm just gonna be very honest. I'm gonna give my score now. It's a 9 for me. Because I feel like the episode, yeah, like I really enjoyed the episode. Like Koharu episodes, they are always, at their worst they are harmless. At their best, they're wholesome, right? I think that this episode, it kind of, it hedged on the wholesomeness, but there are a few things that kind of pointed out. For example, the trainers are just bricks. Not understanding their Pokemon, because it's not your show only, it's your Pokemon's show too. Pokemon are characters too. Focus on your goddamn Pokemon, right? Yeah, at least Grookey wasn't the cause for all of this shenanigan to happen. And he used Branch Poke, I guess, whatever. Took Togepi 36 to use Metronome, he took 39 to use Branch Poke, I suppose. Regardless, I feel like, this feels very oddly telegraphed, like, oh, they won a lottery ticket. And Koharu is just there because, oh, the circus came to town, there's a poster. If the evolutions weren't in the poster, she would not be interested. And, like, girl, come on, can you be interested in learning new shit that doesn't involve an evolution? Please and thank you. Like, it feels like Eevee, instead of being your initiative for... It's your drive. Like, don't let Eevee be your drive. You did shit before with Yamper. Which brings me to a good point. Why isn't Yamper here? Like, did Sakuragi left him and Maimi in the lab? And I'm like, he's using electric Pokemon. Why isn't Yamper and Cinderace watching this, right? It's not their episode. I know that it's not their episode, but if you have the effort of drawing the scientists, why not? Why isn't Koharu's mom and brother there watching, Like, it just feels like this episode gives a lot of opportunity for Koharu, but it gives also a lot of trouble for the world, because it feels like Ash and Go, they are just there because they won the lottery. It feels like, We get a few cool moments, at least visually. the beyond 10 out of 10 moment is when Go holds Koharu's hand. That sold the episode for me. I knew I had to give a good score for the episode, but it doesn't save the episode.
Yeah.
It doesn't save the episode because I know for a fact that the Eevee helping the other two, and it feels like Eevee, the whole thing of learn Copycat and Jolteon could use fire moves and Flareon could have used electric moves. That would have cheapened out the development and the crisis of the episode. I feel like learning Hidden Power and the Hidden Power becoming, the fire and electric because it depends on your genes and IVs and whatever more. Like, have the Hidden Power of the other Pokemon. And when Hidden Power collide with each other, it just makes the fireworks. So, pointing out something that Evo is always mentioning of they are copying Alola. They did it. With circuitry and Blastphalon, the fire and electricity. Like, the only time fire and electricity clash and they don't make fireworks, it's Reshiram and Zekrom. It's just dust clouds wherever they go, right? But the episode was amazing. It was directed by, Hiwane's pupil. So kudos to that at the very least. And Koharu, he got the stones because every time she meets someone, she gets the token, right? And this kind of, makes me wonder, like, he will not use the 3 stones like Red did in the manga, like Interchina. That's not gonna happen. In regards to the Sylveon trainer, personally, I feel like Bede should be the one. And when she meets Bede is basically being a prick towards Ponyta and Rapidash and battle on, and she Gigantamax Eevee, and the Eevee plot is done and over and bring back Yemp or whatever the hell. Don't be Serena. I don't trust this show with Serena. Have
That's what I said too.
yeah. Focus on your own damn region journeys. But yeah, now that she has the stones, because this reminds me a lot of adventures, right? So he wanted his pupil animating this, of course that homage, right? Because Red got the stones in Vermilion Harbor, that's where they are. The Who's That Pokemon segment is Jolteon because a female Jolteon is the only female Pokemon that Lieutenant Surge has, so they are nodding the Let's Go games here as well. Not bluntly, of course, but it's a cool nod for those who know. Very few in between, but whatever. Now that she has all of the stones, I'm kind of wondering. I do believe that those stones are going to, because even the Leaf Stone in the Vermilion Arbor in the manga, that was the only one Yellow found, and we saw a Leaf Stone before. It was the Emperor who gave for them to go to Alola because of the Executor, right? So the Leaf Stone kind of already happened, and now that she has all of the other 3, it's not a concern. It's more, will she just add to the jewelry box and she has all of the first stones of the first generation? Because Koharu is Cantonian, right? So in Heart and Soul, she has the Kanto stones already. Yes. I think she's going to use those stones for future Pokemoniverse. Who are they going to be? I don't know. Not even the writers do. So, but maybe the water will, everyone's, she should give the water to Lana, and I'm like, yeah, I think that Misty should be the one to do that. Don't have Koharu do Misty's thing. But yeah, the episode was, very enjoyable. I don't have anything, bad to say about the episode, because, they delivered in spades in what they're trying to do. I think it's more, of a plot problem with Koharu and Eevee, where they don't know who should get the focus, the trainer or the Pokemon. But at least the trio here, even though very telegraphed, they actually felt like a trio and they had their input on the matter. They weren't just spectators in their own show. And I guess, I know that this should be the norm, but knowing this show, yeah, you kind of did what you should always do, have characters have agency. And this, Honoka, you might be cute as hell, but never make a Jolteon cry. Never in my life have I seen a Jolteon cry. Nah, this you don't do this. Poor Pokemon.
So sad.
And Honoka and Billy, because Hono fire and Billy from Beery, that means sparkle. And Karen
Oh.
and Rhyme, Karen and Rhyme are from Curry and Lime, so because the colors of Curry and Lime. Yeah, they know how to have their character world building. If only the story had so much detail and thought into it. But yeah, 9. I give it a 9. It was cute. Go hold Koharu's hand. That's a 20 out of 10 moment at the very least.
The ship
And
has
also,
sailed.
and Ash. Ash was wearing the black and blue Pita game outfit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that game happened. But yeah, that's basically it.
All right, thank you, Kuro. Okay, next person who entered, Ty, go.
Hello.
Yes, Ty.
Okay.
What is your
Okay.
what
Okay.
is your review? Oh yeah, you're good. Don't worry. What is your review on this
Oh.
episode?
Yeah. My review of this episode is I like it. It's a cute little episode, very quaint. I mean, obviously I'm kind of right in the line of like all right as well because it doesn't do anything too fantastic. But I have to say, I'm just gonna call him Billy and Mandy because there is no way. I'm just like, how are y'all professionals? Because don't professionals adapt to situations? And it just, for some reason, it just was not clicking for them. And I was so pissed about that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, how? Come on. This couldn't compute. And another thing is, like, for these performers to not find a way to, like, instantly find a way to work out the issue when they're performers in a world where performance is such a huge part. It's like it comes secondary to battling and training with with your Kalos Queen performances, your contests, everything. Music, I guess music. I don't know if musicals are in there, but there was an episode maybe. I don't even remember, but that it's it's so ingrained in society that I feel like that kind of gets overlooked with these two people who could have taken notes. And I was just like, okay, where's Dawn at? She should have been in this episode to get everybody together. I mean, or May, I don't know, whoever. But that was just really interesting and an interesting note that I was just like, how'd y'all like overlook this? Like they feel like very, very unprofessional in that sense. Where if you're gonna give them a title, you should make it make sense.
It's like the the SpongeBob text. Just write that in like with professionals, and that's pretty much what they are. So, but yeah, what would you rate this episode, Ty?
I want to say I mean I said like 7 in the chat, but like I mean I give it a 6 because like Joker like swayed me a little bit.
Yeah, she can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how everything.
Yeah, do you have any other thoughts on the episode, or are you?
I mean, I guess there's other thoughts. This is the EV episode. I mean, I think every episode is just going to be EV episode, EV development. I don't even want to include Koharu in it.
Yeah, you really can't. She literally held Evie up there. That was it.
And I mean, it's nice that she came in at the last second, spilling her ideas and kind of explaining what's going on with the Pokemon. However, I mean, I think everything could have translated in their actions, and at least they did that part that felt correct and that felt organic. Yeah. So.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciation. All right. Next up we have Skyrim. Yep. Go ahead.
This episode really rocks. Well, let me explain how. I mean, Ash and Go and Chloe are at this freak show. I mean, they went in and they see this, and they see a guy who's similar to leader and curator. Right, that he get it? I mean, hopefully these three are voiced by Sean Schemmel, and they share the same Japanese. He's Brazilian, Italian, Polish, European, Spanish, and English voice actors, because their face is the same. Now, to get back to the point, we have green hair Billy and Hanukkah I mean, I'm going to say them until their dub names are revealed. I mean, they were trying to evolve their Eevee. Hanuko wanted her Eevee to be Flareon, and Billy wanted his to be Jolteon. But they were
Yeah.
switched, and it was really, I mean, felt really, what? They were like, what? I mean, he really,
Mhm.
I mean, to sell their differences. Time. But when Ash and Go train their performance, turns out Grookey revealed to know Poke Branch. I mean, it was obvious, but it's the first time Grookey seen his real
Like seeing a
Chloe
move being
Billy.
done.
Hanukkah is going over. Then we see Hanukkah cursing her Jolteon fire combo, while Billy does the opposite. Shuffler settles everything, and then sells forward. Really, I mean, say, they all were her as well, and Eevee gained the power of fire and lightning, and like the other evolutions before. And Ash returned and Go grabbed Chloe by the arm. It's really a touching ship moment here. And then they realize, and then the big days. First performance done by Ash and Go with the track A New Beginning playing. And then after that, Billy and Hanukkah's performance with the track Serious Effort. I mean, perfect track choices here. For the music department, soundtrack department.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, it was really interesting because we heard some tracks that we haven't heard in a while, and then some new tracks too. And I don't know, the music I think that's been the strongest part of these episodes recently. Is just the music. When are we getting the soundtrack?
We got the new tracks. I can recall. And anyways, Billy and Hanukkah gave the fire and lightning stones to Chloe, which leaves one more to go, and that is Fairy. And so she can be the strongest Devi ever, the great MacGuffin collector. And now come to think of it, I had enjoyed this episode. I mean, my reaction is really Go grabbing Chloe made my jaw drop, not gonna lie. It's really the trope leader, curator, and I'm really awesome. With Ren, Krissa, and Cerise making the cameos at the end. I mean, it was all doing heavy lifting. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe I can run them. Gotta say, this episode is really awesome, and it's stunning. I mean, it deserves enough. And also the outfits Ash, Go, and Chloe wore, they're awesome as well.
Yeah, right. They're very cute. I know. I enjoyed them too. What would you rate this episode out of 10?
I mean, with all this awesome and excitement, and it's awesome, I'm giving it a 750,000 out of 10.
All right. Always at the high reviews. I appreciate it. All right. But thank you. All right. I'm gonna move on to the next person. Samurai Trainer. I think you're the next person who entered. So if you have any thoughts on the episode, you can speak. If not, I will pass it to Nessa, who is the last of our peoples who will speak. Oh yes. All right. There you go. Oh, If you're speaking, I can't hear you, unfortunately. Yeah. Huh. Great. Okay. Try to work out your mic settings, and then if you can speak a later time, then that works. If not, Nessa, if you have anything to say, go ahead.
Hey, sorry.
Oh my goodness. I was like, okay, I'm talking to myself. Oh no, this is awkward.
Someone just tried to video call me just right now.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Anyway, so this episode, I kind of have mixed feelings about this episode because I did enjoy. I think I enjoyed like the Jolteon and Flareon. Like they were so cute. Like I enjoyed them, but I hated their trainers.
Yeah, same.
I really hated the trainers. That's like because I don't know, but the train. I was sitting here like God, like I don't know what's the word, but like I guess typist as much. And then and then I think almost everyone pretty basically kind of said this already, but I just did not like them. And then every time they talk and everything, I'm just like, so you're telling me you're like not willing to work out just because you evolved the wrong Eevee, which it was your own fault. It was like it was on their own faults, and then they're like, oh no, and they're about to throw away their friendship like away because like they evolved to the wrong ones and. But I don't know. I just had a hard time liking them though, so it's kind of like I couldn't. Like even after they finally resolved everything, it was like it seemed like their Pokemon were willing to work versus they were. So I just couldn't really find any genuine love from them. Like so, like yeah, which is kind of rare for me. But I just didn't like. I just did not like them.
Oh, that's fair. Honestly, I agree, 100%.
Yeah, I just don't like them. And then also, Grookey finally learned a fucking new move, which that was mentioned. I was shocked. I was like, wow, took long enough.
Finally. I know, right?
I was
like,
actually, and then also it looked pretty cool though. What Go-Attack was doing, like I was like, what Go was doing, like that was like that's hard. Like doing the, I guess I don't know what he was kind of like just throwing the stick around. And then I was like, they ain't easy to do. And he kind of make it look so easy. And then yeah. And then Ash's little act, he had the cute little, you already mentioned the cute little Pikachu boots, which I thought was adorable.
So cute. I know. Pikachu had a little hat.
I was like, oh, they're too damn cute. Of course, we didn't have enough time for them, but they were cute. I enjoyed that. And then also at the very end, though, I actually liked the little touch. Like I think after the performance, and then I kind of noticed, like I guess Ash had the little mark in his face, like that was left down from the show.
Yes.
At the very end, so it was actually kind of funny. I guess he must have forgot about it, and then it was kind of, to me, kind of like that's so him. Like he would actually just forget. But other than that, though, I don't have much to say. It was just like almost everything you guys already said so, and then
episode.
I know, yeah. It was like no, I thought I was gonna enjoy it more, but then I was like, if it wasn't for the characters of the days, I just did not like them. So I think that's probably dropped my score quite a bit.
Oh, what would you give it actually?
Probably like 4 out of 10.
Oh, so okay, same as Joker actually.
Yeah,
I think she said 4 out of 10 too.
Yeah, so like probably her, same score as her.
All right, okay. But do you have any other thoughts, Nessa? Or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I don't know if SamuraiTrainer fixed his mic. If you did, help me out here. If not, that's completely fine too. I see you unmuted. So if you can try speaking for me, that would be great. No. All right, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm unable to hear you. But if you have any thoughts in the chat that you would like to write out, I can read them out for you. That is not a problem. If not, then I think that wraps it up for our discussion, for our Discord discussion. So thank you everyone for giving your inputs on this episode. It wasn't a bad episode, I guess, overall, from just like a summary of everyone's thoughts, but There are things, of course, that could have been done better, and the main characters of the day, I think everyone is unanimously agreeing that they are kind of trash in itself, but their Pokemon itself are wholesome, and we must protect. So therefore, everyone adopt their Pokemon. Thank you. But yeah, KG is still there, and you want to come back through?
Don't
Okay,
worry.
there we go.
And don't worry, I'm here. I'm gonna also probably wrap it up as well for tonight because I know my buddy TSS is he is currently streaming Persona 3, and I think he's at the end game right now. So we are going to go and raid him and share him some viewer loves over on his end. So everybody, thank you guys all here for coming on through. Emmy, once again, thank you so much for taking care of the commentary parts from everybody here.
No problem.
And we are going to go and raid our buddy here for the night. And I hope everybody had the opportunity to go and share what they needed to say. And we'll gladly speak with all of you lovelies later in whatever video we make. Take care. And as always, do us a solid and have yourselves an awesome day. Let's go and send some love his way. So, not much more to say other than that. And have a fun weekend, ladies and gents. I'll see you all on Monday. Alrighty, everybody. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go. And